What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here, and I am joined by my friend, the legend from the Kissimmee Regional, Chris Sok, fresh off his third win, his 15th serial, and his 18th top 8. Just wanted to gas him up. An absolute beast at this game, and truly an honor to be able to call you my friend. How you feeling after the win, Chris?
I feel great. Also, I just want to say thank you for having me. And yeah, honestly, I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to feel.
Yeah,
I just
no,
feel
the
great.
third one, after two, it's kind of like, the magic wears off, right? No.
I don't know. Winning doesn't get old, so yeah,
Fair,
it's
awesome.
still a great feeling.
Yeah, do you have your matchups from the event? I'm sure
All right,
everybody's dying to know.
yeah, I gotta check my Twitter. All right, so
Okay.
yeah, I do have my matchups. So how you want to go through this? You want to go
Yeah,
through?
so I got him right here, actually. So round one, you faced Garp. Round two,
Yeah.
you faced Shanks. Three was Teach. How did that feel overall? Like, I know the biggest thing was, you couldn't heal, you couldn't block before, but I know it kind of shifts more towards like aggro with Rush. How does the Teach matchup feel?
Okay, so I think there's like two ways to approach Teach. You can either starve or you can start attacking, right? But because I actually don't run too many rush units, I only run like before I spoil my deck, right? I think everyone knows it by now, but
Yeah,
I don't run too many
all
rush
of
units.
China's seen it.
Yeah. Because I don't run too many rush units, right? I think I actually have to starve, right? And yeah, we just build our board. If we can't build our board, we just try to stall as long as possible. But yeah, I just approach it like that. I just try to stall the game and try to build the board and then uh and then try to you finish the game in like 2 3 turns.
Got it. Makes sense. And then
Yeah.
round four, you played Lucci. All of these were wins, by the way. Only taking a loss in round five to Cody. Could you shed some insight as to what might have happened there?
Okay, so I was actually wondering, like, damn, I got kind of destroyed by Cody, right? I was like wondering what the hell happened, right? Like, I kind of did draw bad. I drew a 4 giant in my opening hand, but
Mm.
I think he did. I realized like why wasn't this race even close? Because I think beat me at 3 life. Like he was still at 3 life when he beat me,
Mm.
and it was because like he opened triple tap searcher. So like
Mm.
3 of my leader swings had to go to the searcher, and yeah, that was basically like yeah 3K worth of block for free. So I
Got
think
it.
yeah.
Got it. And then and then you faced a Calgara, which is kind of crazy at X1 round six. Was it Diego? It wasn't Diego, was it?
No. It wasn't Diego. But Calgary is a hard matchup. I actually thought I should have probably lost that game, right? But I think I drew like I was an 8 dawn. I think I drew my 8 cost Luffy. Like I had nothing better to play, but I just drew it. So it put me a little bit back in the game. Also, my opponent made like kind of like an error. Like he made like he I guess he didn't want to take too much life, so he defended the 8K with the Luffy 8K. He
Mm.
defended with a 2K and 2 1s, right? And that basically told me he didn't have 2Ks. So
Mm.
during that turn when I played the Luffy with my leader, I swung 7 back into one of his characters, which let me stabilize. And
Mm.
from
Yep.
there on, like the game slowly,
Move back
slowly
into your
was in my
favor. Yeah.
yeah.
Got it. Cool. And then round seven, GP Luffy win, and then we had round eight and round nine, Bonnie. Do you think Bonnie obviously rising in popularity with decks like Rayleigh and Zoro being incredibly popular? How do you feel about the Bonnie matchup now?
Okay, so I don't know I forgot how it was before, but probably before it was free, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
right now I still feel like it's free. Yeah. I don't think I think I was actually on Bonnie before I even played this deck, and I got destroyed by this deck, so I switched back to this. Yeah.
I think the
So I think that matchup was
Sanji.
pretty free.
Yeah, I think Sanji really helps. That was like because for Marco is pretty free. One, because of like the removal, but two, you just play a Sanji and then another body. It like negates Doflamingo, creates too many bodies for like 10 Shanks, and then you also have two swingers that you're establishing that are high powered characters.
It's the Sanjis, it's the Mihawks, like Yeah,
I
Mihawk
did
pretty
forget you're
much
playing
does.
4.
Yeah, Mihawk pretty much does the same thing as Naimon,
Mm-hmm.
except I don't get the life. But and all I gotta do is really watch out for Hody Jones.
Got it. And then you continue to run 2-0ing every single person in Top Cut, going 2-0 against Zoro in top 32, 2-0 into the Mirror in top 16, 2-0 into Body in top 8, and then for top 4 and the finals, beating 2 Rayleigh as well, just all 2-0. Was there ever any moments in any of those games that you can think of where you thought like you might lose, or did they feel incredibly strong and just well won games?
Okay, there's definitely moments where I thought I was gonna lose. Okay, like my top 16 my top 16 matchup, UP Mirror, right? Where I 2-0'd. My opponent had first he had seeding, so he got to go first, which is you know, better, right? And
Yeah.
I think game so it was actually a little bit weird. So game one I kind of like fucked up. I kind of misplayed, right? And I took a life. Like I
Mm.
really didn't want to defend a life, and I knew in the back of my head like putting Usohachi was gonna kill me, and I would need to draw out of it. And next turn he did putting Usohachi, right? But I drew the counters,
Ah,
and I
I
was able
see.
to survive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a little bit lucky. Like my mistake was forgiven, right? And then game two, like this, my opponent opens he opens he opens 3 9K bodies before I even get one, and I was like, man, we're going to game three, and somehow I was able to sneak the win off. My opponent wasn't able to get wasn't able to draw Gum Gum Giants, and pressure me. He didn't pressure me as much as I thought he was going to.
Mm.
So yeah, I took that game, and also another game, right? I remember against Bonnie, right? And I actually confused the deck list. We get to see deck list, right, in Top Cut. I actually
Yeah.
confused my opponent's deck list with another Bonnie's deck list, right? And I thought he was
Oh.
so I thought he was only on 3 Hody Jones, and I know 3 Hodys are gone, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what, Hody like, so I didn't bother doing the math for Hody. I'm like, okay, let me just play my blocker. Like, there's nothing he could do, right? So he played X-Drake to tap down the blocker, and uh, and then I had to draw 1K off my giant
Mm.
to basically need enough to defend it. But if he did draw his fourth Hody, I was actually dead because he could tap down my Dawn.
Mm.
And yeah. So
Oh.
I confused his deck list. So he was actually on 4 Hody, and I thought he was on 3. It was actually the opponent that he beat. So that was like a little bit close.
You know, my
And
favorite thing about you, you always just have the craziest story of just like the most just things like that. You're like, yeah, I thought he only played 3 Hody. I was like, well, actually, I could, like just little things like that. I absolutely love it. So I know it just always it works out for you most of the time.
yeah. And I think my toughest matchup was actually Kevin, right? But I was also like my brain was fried that game, and I was making a lot of bad moves. And yeah, I just Kevin was putting a lot of pressure on me, and I actually thought he was gonna beat me. I thought he was gonna beat me before
Before 10?
before the game even started. Yeah,
Yeah.
before the game even started. Like he even says like, yo, he told me he was gonna beat me, right? And I was like, yo, and I know Kevin very well, so yeah, he's a pretty good player. And yeah, the game was very close. And if you watch the stream, I got very lucky to win.
Hey, you know what? Luck's always a part of. I've definitely had my fair share of like Roger top decks, and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have won this game. You know, like so. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the fun. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and jump into this list. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. All right, sure. All right. Yeah, I think I actually shuffled it a little bit. Give me a
Oh,
second.
this. All good. All good.
All right, yeah. All right, so we're playing UP Luffy, and I'm gonna go top end first. All right, so we got 2 of each Luffy. So I think this is the 4 Sanji is obviously standard, right? But like, I don't think people on 4 Mihawk, which is kind of like a little bit crazy to me because I kind of want to keep control of the board. Like style of the new style of UP Luffy, like they're trying to play like Rosinantes
Mm.
and Dofis, right? But I don't see how that, like, I can see them stalling with events, they sort of like racing events, but it's not exactly like they're controlling the game, right? They have to if they want to keep control, like they have to attack over bodies, right? So I just thought Mihawk was like a way better card. I actually thought Dofi, I thought like the Dofi package, like Dofi actually sucks. Like
Mm.
Rosinante is actually the star. So I'm like, well, man, I don't even want to play Dofi. Like I just want to play Rosinante instead. So I think for Mihawk is the way to go. And yeah, yeah. If you have questions, let me
Oh, I was
know.
just
But
gonna
yeah,
say, how many
yeah.
matchups did like Mihawk come up in? Like, what are the matchups that you really want to see that?
I feel like there was actually like a decent amount. Like like it's not like it was ever a bad card.
Mm.
Like the only time like it was maybe a bad card was mirror, but it still does some work in the mirror to get rid of
Rosinante.
like Bon Clay, yeah, Rosinante, Bon Clay, even the Nami blocker, right? Like it still does
Okay.
something, right? So I never thought card was ever bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
Even like,
I can't even yeah, I can't even think of a matchup that's as bad in. Like I'm trying to think of one.
so I was playing against someone who was playing your blue purple Luffy list, and one of the
Uh-huh.
challenges we were like facing was like we found ourselves just like bottom decking like the Mihawks. Like, did you ever play it? Because I didn't get the catch the top and haven't had a chance to watch it. And either of the Rayleigh matchups, did you play down Mihawk?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I played it down both times actually. Yeah, in the finals. I played it both games, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
and this 8 cost Luffy, I don't think I want to draw like multiples in this card, but I think it's still pretty good in multiples. It's still like 8K rush, right?
Mm.
So I wasn't, and this is just mainly because it's 8 co I think it's just I mean it's a good card and it's 8 cost, so it kind of like sometimes you're just stuck at 8 Dawn. You can't go further. So
Yeah.
that's why you need 8 cost. And some people tell me that this card is shit, right? But this is honestly like my favorite card, right? And I have to play it. I don't think there's a very good reason for me to play this card. Like I just see it and I'm like, yo, you know what? This card can kind of be like a better Mihawk. Like I could attack over a body, I could draw a card, and it's bigger, right? You know, I do minus a Dawn, so I can't use Giant, but it's not like I'm gianting every turn. So I still think this card is pretty good, but everybody tells me it's bad.
Yeah, I've seen mixed reviews. Let's go to the Rush Luffy. Did you think that the 8 cost? Did you think that that card was incredibly good versus like Rayleigh?
Yeah, yeah, but I never got to play it against Rayleigh.
Got it. Okay.
The two matchups, yeah, yeah, I thought it was very good. Like you kind of want to just play it. Like all you really need is like two cards. You want God Threat and this 8 cost, right? But at the same time, I wanted to play this. I wanted to play this Luffy, right?
Yeah.
And that's why there's not more copies of this. I thought these Luffy and the Mihawks were kind of like a little bit better.
Would you
Maybe not
ever
better in that matchup.
consider? Would you
Yeah.
consider 4 of the 9 Luffy, or you think 2 and 2 is just the way it
Oh
has
hell,
to
no,
be?
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, it has to be like this. I was actually on 4
Oh.
until somebody told me, why don't you just play the 8 Luffy, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Like four of this card is kind of like a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. So I played this. All right. So moving on to the support, right? For Nami, yeah, I think this card is just pretty important. Like there are some stages where you just can't play big bodies, right? So yeah, next best thing to stabilize is like Nami and leaving up some events, right? Something like that. But I think this card, yeah, I think there's no doubt like this card you have to play 4 of. And these are some of my ramps. I think this is like kind of staple, right? Like the
Yeah. I mean,
Zordros and the
yeah.
Enclaves. Yeah.
Are you still prioritizing like putting down Zoro on 3 versus like using the ramp event?
It depends on a matchup. Like sometimes. Well, the thing is, I'm still gonna YOLO this in against Zoro. Like if they have Quina, they have it, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they should be running that many copies of Quina, even though they have a decent amount of searches to search for. Unless I know they search for Quina, then I won't put it down. But yeah, I think I just YOLO this, and I guess you can't exactly put this down against NL as well because they have Kuza on.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
So I would definitely play the other one over if I could during
Got it.
in those matchups in those spots. And then I play my my A2Ks. I don't know. I think this is like standard stuff, right? I see Elijah play 6. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. And
Greedy,
no one punished him.
greedy.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do feel like if more Rayleigh players punished me, I would have even a hard time of 8.
Yeah. Did Frenosuke ever come up on your run?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like even when I was playing this deck last set, I actually thought Frenosuke was better than Sanji. Like Frenosuke came up like way more than Sanji ever did. And yeah, it doesn't even have to like come up as an attacker. It can even okay. So there's one game where like I just searched for this, right? And just because like I have a threat, like extra threat in my hand,
Mm-hmm.
like you could swing small. Like if you're going for lethal, right? You could swing smaller with your, you could swing small with your guys, and if they take it, you swing a little bit bigger, right?
Mm.
Like example of this like would be like against Kevin Zhao. Like I played in game 1, like how I finished him off. Like I searched for this card, and I was able to swing, and he's at 3 life. Like I have 5 attackers on board, and I was able to swing smaller. And if the moment he decides to defend like an attack, like I could just play this. I could just play this and swing like a small number. I have an extra attacker. But and if he decides to take it, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep
Yeah.
going and not even play this card. Yeah. So it doesn't even have to be like, you don't even have to play it. You just have it to, to be like, so you could swing smaller and then you could swing bigger if they decide to take it. Yeah, you can see the example like in the match if you watch
Yeah.
it. But yeah.
Oh, I have to. I think they didn't have it uploaded. I think it like went down after it was done. But yes. Continue.
All right, so we're gonna go to the events, right? Thunder Bagua. Yeah. So these are the defensive events, right? Okay, so let's start with Thunder Bagua, right? I mean, actually, you know what? Giant, we're gonna put Move Giant aside, right? This card's broken, right? Obviously, we're gonna play
Enough
4.
said. Yeah. I think everybody knows what Giant does.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that game where I triple Giant, but yeah, that game was crazy.
It gets you there. That's all you need is triple Giant in a dream.
All right, so Thunder Bagua F4, right? I was actually playing like 3 of this last set. I actually thought it was 3 of, but in this set, like for sure, like this card is 100% 4 of, and it's not because like even if you don't get to play it early, like it's also like it's also counter for the late game where you actually need it against Zoro and you need it against Rayleigh. It's like the addition, so they can't kill you. So I think this is like for sure a 4 of, and I kind of found out this recently, right? But sometimes Rayleigh attacks you on 3 Dawn, attacks you with 2 guys on 3 Dawn, and if you have like double Bagua, right, you can actually like play Bagua on your 2 Dawn, and then play like Zoro or Clay on the next turn, and then you leave a Bagua again, and then you can just ramp straight to 9, and you can start playing body. You can start playing a 9 body on your 3rd turn.
So you
going
take
second.
So you take the first hit, then on this after that when they swing again, you ramp 1, and then you're gonna play Bond Clay, and then ramp again, and then you'll leave 2 up for the next one, and then ramp.
Yeah, and then you'll be at 9 Dawn on your 3rd turn, so you can play like a 9 body, and I think they'll be at. They should like play like a Luffy and a body, and you can play like something like Mihawk and clear the Luffy.
I see. Did you? What is there specific matchups that you like are going to Bagua and like not? Because obviously life becomes so much more important now because you can't just heal willy nilly. Is there specific matchups where you're like willing to take that hit to be able to ramp? Or is there ones where you're just like you can't afford to?
I think, yeah, I think you if you want to ramp, and yeah, I'm just gonna take the life to ramp. Like I'll just get there. Like this is a more efficient way to ramp because it defends and it ramps.
Yeah.
Instead of just playing like something like Gear, where you just like lose the card and you ramp. And that's why I only play like 3 of Gear 2, right? It's only like a backup for Zoro. Like I do have like it's only for the 3 Dawn turn, right? Like that way I really want to play Gear 2, or if I have no other ramp. But all the other ramp is probably better. So yeah, that's why I play only 3 copies of Gear 2. I also don't. I mean, I don't really like it as a defense because it doesn't protect characters, but it's still a good card.
Got it. Yeah, it only protects
Okay.
leader, right? Yeah, because they're the 1 cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because most of the time they're going after your life anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, but it's still 3. I don't think I ever play 4. Okay, so I play 3 God Threat, right? Some people play 4 of this. Uh, I God Threat is very important in Rayleigh, so I kind of sometimes I do kind of want 4, but then sometimes, like let's say I'm going first against Zoro, right? Like there's actually you can't exactly play this on curve to kill something important. Like a lot of games, like some games, like depending on whether you go first or second, like out there is actually not that great. Like going like if I decide to go second against GP Luffy, like this card can't really do much if they have if they just play Sanji Pudding and
Mm.
and a stage. So this guy so I decided to leave it at 3. Okay, and these are my one-ofs here, right? So I
The
play one
Clydes, the
giant,
Clydes.
one yeah, one giant, one red rock, one gravity blade, uh, pudding, and Rosinante. Alright, so we'll start with this, right? So the removal. Alright, so because okay, so gravity blade actually. So because I don't run that many rush cards, like I think you and I plan to start teach, I think you have to play one gravity blade. And it's just to get rid of the Van Algers. Like usually they just set up the board to kill like every big
Every
drop you have, and
yeah.
yeah, and you have like no chance. So you this card is very important to have.
I actually just
And
talked to Quintana about it, and I was like, he was like, yeah, it's like if
yeah,
Blue Purple Luffy isn't running Gravity Blade, they're gonna lose. I was like, yeah. So I just had that conversation yesterday.
yeah. That the gravity blade is mainly for Blackbeard, right? Like I don't play it for any other matchup. Sometimes it's good against like Bonnie and maybe GP, right? But this is mainly for Blackbeard. This is the only reason why I run it for Blackbeard.
So wait,
If I ran, if yeah,
I was gonna say so because I've been Gravity Bladed by Blue Purple with as Rayleigh. Would you just not do it against Rayleigh?
most likely not. I mean, usually there's a better play. Usually you could play like like a bigger body, like because I play Mihawks, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's probably better to play instead of this.
Hmm.
Like, and sometimes you don't even have like 2 6K bodies. Like you have these small bodies and you have like one 6K body. Like I really only want to get rid of that 6K body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Red Rock, right? Okay, this card is just for like sometimes when you just have like they just have like a bigger body than you and you can't exactly race. Uh, yeah, it's just the one of, right? But most of the time you can race, so most of the time you don't actually need it, right? But I think you should play one copy of this just in case. And it's also good against Teach, especially since I'm starving. And then you play Pudding. I think this card, uh, some people say this card should be banned. Uh, Maybe it's a necessary evil. I don't know how I feel about it. Like what? It's one of the two, right?
Yeah.
So this card's clearly broken, right? This card's clearly broken. Has won me a lot of games, and yeah, we have to play one. Maybe we should even play two, to be honest. Sometimes you can't even. Sometimes some matchups that you probably can't even win, and you just need Pudding to win. It's the only way to win. So maybe I should play 2 of this. Okay, and then I play one Rosinante, which is like the strange one, right? Uh, so Rosinante is kind of there for like this is why I feel like Rosinante is a good card. It's because like you can play this, and then you can safely drop like your 9 drops, and then you
Yeah.
can leave up like 3 Dawn for defenses, right? So you can't exactly get Hody Jones and die unless the board is like crazy, right? So that's why I think Rosinante is a good card. But I think most of the time like it's kind of awkward to play this card like early, so you can't. So it's not like you could get to that spot easily, and and I think so I'm actually not even sure if we should play this card. Like I just decided to play one, just in case maybe I could get off Sanji, right? And like maybe I could just untap 3 Dawn, so I don't die to like a Hody. I could actually play like a 9 drop and not die.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm not sure if I actually need this card in this deck. Like a lot of people say this card is like the best card in in this deck, right? But I actually don't think we need it that much. Like I don't think I ever really used this card in the tournament. But I just play one for now. And I think most of the time, if you want to play around Hody Jones, you don't like this card makes it much easier. But you can play around it with, you don't even need this card to play around it. You can just leave up extra Dawn or something. Yeah. So that's it.
Got it. So, if you let's say you were to replace Rosinante, right? So your ideal play with Rosinante is to get it off of like a Sanji and just be able to leave like 3 up like later in the game. Would you consider removing Rosinante for like another god threat, or like if you were, what do you think that card becomes?
Okay, it might be a pudding because like I want like an extra counter. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to see like what cards, but the thing is, all right, so it's not like the ideal play is to play off Sanji, right? It's just so I don't die sometimes to Hody Jones or Dead
Yeah.
Man's Game. But
Fair.
I feel like I feel like I could play around it anyway. But sometimes you just can't play around it, and
Mm,
sometimes you just need this.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit weird. So that's why I used to play like 3 of this, then I cut it down to 2, then I cut it down to 1.
Got it. And so
Yeah.
yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into this. I'm sure I know a ton of people have a ton of questions. So what made you play UP Luffy? I know earlier you had mentioned that like you were playing Bonnie, someone beat you as UP, and then you were like, oh, I'm gonna play UP. Was there anything else that kind of like influenced your decision there?
Okay, so I think actually the way I discovered playing UP is like the same way most people discover playing UP in set 12. It's this is how I discovered playing, all right? So I'm playing on the sim ranked and I bump into UP and I get destroyed. You know, I bump into it again, I get destroyed a couple more times, and I'm like, yo, I thought this deck was supposed to be dead. Like, why is this deck alive, right? So I think everyone who plays sim knows everyone who plays rank sim knows that this deck is like the real deal because it's like everywhere on sim, and that's how I end up playing it, and I was actually pretty I was pretty happy to play it because like this is kind of like a lazy deck for me, right? Like I get to do powerful things without having to do much work, so that's why I wanted to play this deck.
Got it. Got it. And then so like is there right, we can't just delay the games forever and continually outvalue our opponents. What do you think is the new like game plan overall for this deck?
Uh, so I think the other version of this deck, the game plan is just to like yeah, just to stall and kind of like race. Like
Hmm.
they're not exactly playing Mihawks, but I think I'm playing this deck sort of like the same way as the old version was. Like, because I do play all these like sort of cards to
Control
keep control, and
aspects? Yeah.
do yeah, and I do like I do want to keep gaining value every turn. So some like Zoro kind of puts you on the clock sometimes too, right? So you obviously can't do it against every matchup, but most of the time I do want to do that plan that you just said. I do want to outvalue, and I do want to play big bodies, and I do want the position to get better and better for me every turn, where like your opponent, can never win.
Got
So
it.
yeah, that's my plan.
Makes sense, makes sense. And then, so when are you protecting life? Like, I feel like a lot of people I've played against now, they're protecting like their first couple like swings at life and trying to stay as like healthy as possible. Are you doing the same thing there, or like I know we talked Bagua, and you're like, I'll take the life. Like, how
Yeah,
dangerous are you playing it with your life?
yeah, I am protecting every life unless I have Bagua, unless I really want to play Bagua. Yeah, that's the only yeah, that's how I'm playing it. Protecting every single life as much as I can.
Got it. And then so when you're obviously, we have Sanji, we have Mihawk, we're clearing bodies. What does end game look like? Are you the same as before? You have like 4 9K bodies ideally and then turning them all sideways, or how does closing games look like now?
Usually that's somewhat of the case, but like sometimes it's very hard to put down bodies like against like Rayleigh and Green Zoro, and then sometimes it's hard to put down bodies against even some green decks because like if you didn't cycle enough cards out of your hand for counter, like you could just die to Dead Man's Game Hody Jones.
Mm,
So it's a little bit more difficult to have that all those bodies against certain matchups, right? I think the only matchup like you can have all those bodies against is probably like Bonnie. Yeah, but most matchups, most of the common matchups, like it's kind of hard to build your board like that.
got
So,
it.
but yeah, but sometimes only like 2 3 bodies is good enough.
Got it. And
Most of the
then
time, most of the time at least. Yeah.
yeah. And then so with all of that said, are we still like racing to 8 Dawn in the same way that we were before? It felt like, you know, especially with the addition of the Luffy, you're possibly a little bit more comfortable just kind of being like stalled out and like letting the game like naturally take its progression. Are you still like, I'm using everything to get to 8, or are we like a little okay taking it a little bit slower this time around?
Yeah, ideally you want to go to as high as Dawn as possible. Yeah, I don't even play that many copies of the 8 cost Luffy, so there's no guarantees I draw that card. So yeah, I actually want to ramp to 9, so at least I can play all my bigger bodies. Yeah, so that's the plan.
Got it.
You
Then
know, it's yeah.
what does ideal ramp look like? How are we getting there? Like each time, what is like the most consistent way that you're ramping up now?
Uh, you know, it's always different every game, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I never
You just
I
gotta
actually
make
thought
do.
about that, right? It's always different every game, so I never actually thought about that. So obviously, if you go first, right, it's like one of these two, right? Like it's like one of these two, right? And it's sometimes you can even triple ramp if you actually have all combination,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Those
And
three right there get you
even
there.
yeah, even like even like yeah, I guess got like it's a little bit weird because like some like you want got there in some matchups maybe this is better in some, right? And then you could leave a Bagua as well. So I can't exactly tell you like every combination. Like when I just have it, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
play it.
Fair. Did
Yeah,
you
so I guess it's something like this, something like this. Yeah, it's probably something like this, maybe
did you ever have
like 3.
cause yeah. Did you ever have like you
Wait, let me just
go
make sure.
Zoro into like swing into the ramp one and then you God thread and then you leave 2 up for Bagua and like get there that
Yeah,
way?
yeah, multiple times I've done that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so actually you can't do this going first. Yeah, I made a mistake. Yeah, something like this.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
yeah, it's just a combination. Like I can't give you
yeah,
the
yeah.
exact the
No
best
wor
ones. It depends on where you go first and second. But yeah.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. Cool. And then are you ever going second, speaking of which? Is there like I know it's always go first. Is it still the same or are there instances where we want to go second?
Yeah, I think of course I think there's like a decent amount of matches you actually want to go second. Uh, like let me try to think of some off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like it's like okay, so it's let me look at my matchups. All right, so like I think for sure you want to go second against Shanks. I think like the sim results tell you to go first, right? But I kind of see like the path like that Shanks could take. Like they can like if you decide to go if they decide to go second, like they can kill your. I think they can. How does it work again? I think they can kill like your 8 drop or your 9 drop, like with on their 8 dawn
Newgate,
turn with like with their
Rayleigh.
raise max and new
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Rayleigh.
yeah.
Like they play it early and then they play 10 shanks on the second body, right? And then
Yeah.
you're kind of like behind. Like they have 2 bodies to your 0, like
Yeah.
something like that. Where you so I think you want to go second against shanks, and yeah. I think Lucci as well. You want to go second?
Do you think Lucci's still a challenge? I feel like Lucci is potentially free without Ice Age.
Uh, it's not as free as Sokka is because they have 1 extra life, so it's like they have like a little bit more time. But I do think it's still free. I don't. Yeah, I never have a hard time against Lucci with this deck.
Got it. And then were there any other, just kind of round us off, were there any other tech choices that you considered, things like Hell's Judgment, or like, you know, people were saying like, you know, we talked a bit on the Doflamingo and, you know, think it's really good. Were there any other tech cards or like different packages that you tried that you just didn't agree with or you think might have something there?
I just thought what simple is best, right? Like I didn't want to play Hell's Judgment because it kind of like conflicts with Giant. Also, I don't even sometimes I don't even have 2 dawn ups like so I think in my build like because I don't play that even much Rosinantes,
Mm-hmm.
like I wouldn't have the 2 dawn up for the extra Hell Judgment. Maybe I'll have it like in the later game when I just leave up Dawn. But yeah, that's why I just thought like the best events were the 3 best counter events were Giant, Bagua, and Gear 2. So I just decided not to. It actually wasn't even on my mind to play Hell Judgment. But yeah, that's probably like a card I didn't try. I did try the Dofi Rosinante, and the Dofi, yeah, Dofi just wasn't doing it. Like if I didn't have the Rosinante combo, like I felt like Doflamingo was just like it's just a 9K vanilla. And yeah, I was like, this card sucks. Let
Yeah.
me just play some Luffy's.
Yeah. Main character for a reason. You can't go wrong. Understandable. Awesome. Do you have any like final advice for anyone who's wanting to pick up this version of the deck?
Uh, I think the deck probably is gonna, regardless if you're bad or not, I think you'll still do well with the deck. That's just how powerful it is. And yeah, I don't know. Nothing comes to mind about advice. I can't really say anything. Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it. Well, is there any shout outs? Anyone you want to shout out? Anything you would like to plug? Feel free to do so now.
All right. I guess shout out to my New York friends. Shout out to my Discord, Misfits. Uh, that's where we all like come up with ideas and discuss strategies. And also you could follow me on Twitter at Chris Sok TCG.
Got it. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time here today. I greatly appreciate it. I'm sure everyone out there does as well.
Yep. Thank you.